Thank you. I would like just to offer a few keynotes. First of all, I believe we need to give definitions to extremist phenomena, to extremist manifestations. As it stands, extremists don't really follow the prophets or God or the world or anyone. I am referring to present-day extremism, to ISIS. We certainly need to note that the governments that initially bred terrorism, they were the ones to start to launch those policies. Of course, the people are not to blame. If we look at the Osmans and ISIS, on the left picture you see a picture from the genocide of Armenians when Christian Armenians were crucified in 1915. And in the same way, ISIS has been crucifying kids in Syria because that child started eating without a proper prayer. That was his crime. The picture on the left is Turks chopping off people's heads in Iran in 1924, and on the right you see the same action by ISIS militants in Syria these days. On this slide you see punishment in Saudi Arabia for thieves in accordance with Sharia law. Every year, people would be executed, and that was the same execution that Turks would use against Sunni and Shia alike, anyone who would oppose them. And this is the same that ISIS has been doing in Syria. You see gallows that were installed in Syria or Lebanon at the time when those countries were ruled by the Ottoman Empire, by Turkey. On the left, you see Turkish military displaying chopped off heads for display, and on the right, you see a drawing of people being killed with spikes in Syria and Iraq by ISIS. Finally, ISIS is really the latest generation of this kind of executioners. They've been killing journalists in Raqqa and in other countries, in other cities under their control. Therefore, the roots of ISIS are really there back in the ideas of the caliph or the sultan, someone who is above the law, someone who does not submit to the prophet or his laws. And now people who like this kind of ideology are flocking to ISIS-controlled territories. As for Russia, I would like to say that extremist groups in Russia and before that in the Soviet Union, as well as in Libya, in Syria, in Afghanistan, and indeed it will come back to Russia. One of the gentlemen spoke of what would happen if we were to defeat ISIS in Syria. But what will happen if even if that happens, what will happen? They will go back to northern Afghanistan to threaten Russia and Afghanistan and China. One of the panelists said that we must be mindful of those who support extremists, and I would like to agree with that. Thank you.